guys do any like sort of like meditation or any practices that help you guys bring a front like your highest self to make sure that you're acting in that, frequency? Is there, is there something you read? Do you pray? What is it that like kind of like keeps your spirits full and makes you guys feel as you?
I mean, to be honest, I don't really do any. I don't really like do anything. Like, I don't really like. I don't know. I guess I don't really like go out of my way, but I guess it's like I try to make it like a constant thing, like just like a constant
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle thing. So it's like there's not like certain time. Like I hate thinking about like peak me. Like I just want to always kind of be peak me. But there's a
Right.
but also while being realistic, like there's
Yeah.
times when I'm just not gonna be peak.
But that's a
There's no such thing as peak because like there's always obstacles like this is just like it's just natural, like there's always things that are holding us back, whether they're like minor or major. But I guess like in terms of trying to like keep my like vibrations as high as possible, I guess number one, definitely the things that I'm doing. So like yesterday I felt not as good as most days because our math teacher assigned like four math assignments for the week instead of usually two. So like Evan and I were up until like 11:30 last night, like grinding out math. We're going to be doing the same thing tonight, but it's just like when I'm occupied doing like those types of things, my mind isn't like as good as efficient because like if I'm working on KP or like a business or like what I actually want to be doing, I feel a lot better. Number two, definitely like just like the people I'm surrounding myself with. You are the combination of the five people you spend the most time with. And so there's always like I find like I'm pretty selective about who I spend my time with. And I find like everyone provides value in a different way. You know, there's definitely value in having some friends that aren't necessarily per se pushing like really like I guess pushing you, but rather they're just sometimes there's always room for fun, right? There's always room just to have some buddies that you just hang out with, watch a game, whatever. Um, and number three, I guess like health. Like if you have everything, if you're eating the right things, if you're exercising, everything else mentally will kind of follow.
Yeah, I
that's
mean, I
good.
don't really do yoga or that kind of stuff. I've been wanting to get into yoga, but kind of like what Reed said, I don't want to like set aside a certain time of my day for like 20 minutes a day to be like, this is my peak and then compare everything to that, right? So I
Right.
think one of the things that I do is just like try and find the like happiness in situations where like people normally wouldn't. So like um
Mhm.
just like small stuff, like um I guess just watching a game or just like taking time to like I haven't read in years honestly, so I need to like get back into that. But like for some people, it's like reading a chapter of a book that they like, or like listening to a song, or just like taking 5 minutes to sit back and not do anything and kind of just close your eyes and relax. Like just like finding happiness in small stuff like that, like I think is helpful. And that'll keep like throughout the day. That'll just kind of keep you going probably. Um, going back to like the airport example, like a lot of people wouldn't think to just sit there and like people watching is a fun thing to do, but just like sitting there and like seeing how like just like the world kind of go past you and taking a second to step back and just chill out for a second is I think what kind of keeps me going too, I guess, just because you can't always be go 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 all the time. You have to take a few minutes to step back, reset, and then get back at it. So um, yeah, I mean, there's things I could probably get into to try and like, you know, get to a higher peak. But at the same time, I mean, I'm lucky to not be, super stressed about many things in life right now. So
Right.
I'm just kind of going with the flow and taking, taking it as it goes. And then one thing though, I will say is like not letting things that are out of your control impact how you're feeling. Cause like if things like if you have no control on something, and you let it kind of affect you negatively, I think that's like one of the worst things you can do. And sometimes it's like you can't control it. It just that's just human nature. But um, you know, for example, if all right, arbitrary example, if you're like applying to jobs and you've done everything you can do, you like put in a good interview, your resume is in good shape, all that kind of stuff. You get to the interview, you think the interview went well. A week later, you find out you didn't get it. So like yeah, that's disappointing, but at the same time, after you put in your best effort, it's out of your control, right? Like you can't do anything about it. So you just have to kind of be happy enough or content with the fact that you put forth your best effort and kind of, you know, move on to the next one. The way like if the way you think about it is like if you put in your maximum effort at something and it doesn't work out the way you expected it to, then that's just like bad luck. Like
Well,
life happens, shit happens, you know, like you can't really control that. So as long as you put in your best effort towards accomplishing what you want to accomplish, eventually you'll get to where you want to be. So don't let like things out of your control affect your mindset or affect your motivation, as hard as that might sound.
Yeah, I think one of the best quotes that I've been living by the last few days kind of goes along that too. But as far as channeling that person that you want to be now, you know, in the now moment, but also in the future, is be that person who you want to meet. And I remember, I don't know who said that, Reed, maybe it was you, I don't know, but someone told me be the person that you want to meet. And ever since then, you know, I kind of picture that in my mind as I have a conversation with someone, or if I think about doing something for someone, I'm like, you know, yeah, I wouldn't want them to do that, so I'll do that. You know what I mean?